In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet step by step this beautiful baby set. This is the Natalia baby set. It includes the little dress, the headband, the diaper cover, and the baby shoes, all in that order. So I hope you like it. It's for baby girls between 0 and 3 months, but you can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to 9 to 12 months. In the information box below, I'll go ahead and leave you some information on how you can easily make it smaller or bigger, so be sure to check that out. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop up here on the right hand side and in the information box below. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. And remember, all of my tutorials are always in English and in Spanish. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, to begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this number 3 weight yarn. You can also use any DK weight or 8 ply. I'm using cotton yarn, and this is the brand that I'm using. Now, for the little dress, including the headband, I used a total of 174 grams, which is about 400 yards or about 365 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. So here, to begin, I have 57 chains. This chain here is measuring about 10.5 inches, which is about 26.5 centimeters. If you're off by 1 or 2 centimeters, it's okay, just continue. Now, to begin, on the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make a double crochet. The 3 chains here at the beginning counts as 1 double crochet, so far I have 2. Into the next chain, I'm going to make another double crochet, and here I'm going to make a total of 7 double crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 double crochets, including the 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This here is going to be one of the front panels. Now we're going to chain 2, and into the next chain make a double crochet. Now this next section is going to be the sleeves, and we're going to make a total of 13 double crochets. So that's 2 into the next 3, and I'm going to continue like this until I have 13 double crochets. Continue, and I'll meet you back once we have 13 double crochets. I finished making these 13 double crochets. Now chain 2, and into the next chain make a double crochet. Now here we're making the back side, and we're going to make a total of 15 double crochets. So there's 2, into the next, that's 3, and so on. Continue until you have 15 double crochets. I finished making these 15 double crochets. Now chain 2, and into the next chain make a double crochet. Here we're going to make a total of 13 double crochets again for the other sleeve. So continue and make these 13 double crochets. I have 13 double crochets. Now chain 2, and into the next chain make a double crochet. Here we're going to finish with these last 7 double crochets. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I finished this first row. I finished making these last 7 double crochets. For this first row, I have 55 double crochets. We have 7 double crochets, then we have 13, 15, 13, and then 7 including the 3 chains. So that's a total of 55 double crochets. Now for the second row, chain 2 and turn. These 2 chains from here on never count as a stitch. They're just there so that we have a nice straight line here once we finish the yoke. Now what I'm going to do here in the second row is I'm going to make a double crochet on top of the first double crochet, this one here. Make a double crochet on top of the second double crochet. Now chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next make a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next make a double crochet. Chain 1, and then skip the last double crochet for this front panel, and inside the chain 2 space you're going to always make 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets. Now chain 1, skip the first double crochet for this next section, and into the second make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and into the next double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1, and here's the second corner. Again, make 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then you're going to continue with the same thing. Chain 1, skip the first double crochet, and into the next make a double crochet, chain 1, skip double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1. Continue, finish this second row. Each one of the corners you're going to do the exact same thing. I'll meet you at the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row. Here at the end, I have to make 1 last double crochet into the third chain. Remember, we have 3 chains here, so into the last chain, make a double crochet. And this is how I finished the second row with a total of 43 double crochets. Now for the third row, chain 2 and turn. Remember, the 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now for this third row, what we're going to do is we're going to make double crochets on top of the double crochets and inside the chain space. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet, on top of the next a double crochet, inside the chain 1 space make a double crochet, and so on. I'm going to do this until I come to the first corner. So here's the corner. I have 2 double crochets before I get to the chain 1 space. Make a double crochet on top of each one, and inside the chain 1 space of this first corner make a fan of 2 double crochets, 1 chain, 2 double crochets. This is what you're going to do into each one of the corners. A fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then I have these 2 double crochets, so make a double crochet on each. Then I have a chain space, make a double crochet, and then continue in this way, making double crochets into the double crochets and the chain 1 spaces. And for each one of the corners, you're going to do the exact same thing I just did here. Continue and finish this third row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row. I finished by making a double crochet into the last double crochet, not the chains. Remember, the chains do not count. If I count each one of the double crochets, I have a total of 87 double crochets for this third row. Now for the fourth row, chain 2 and turn. The 2 chains never count as a stitch. Now in this row, I'm going to repeat the same thing I did for the second row. So here, beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet, into the second double crochet, make a double crochet. Now when we do this row where we do double crochet separated by 1 chain, here at the beginning we always start with 2 double crochets, and then we chain 1 and then skip 1 and into the next a double crochet, and we always finish with 2 double crochets, just like we did here. See, 2 double crochets. Now chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1. Now this is the last double crochet. Then we have the chain 1 space. Into each one of the chain 1 spaces you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to make a fan, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, now chain 1, skip this first double crochet for this side, and into the second one make a double crochet, chain one, skip one double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain one, and so on. This is all we're going to do for this fourth row. For each one of the corners, you're going to do the exact same thing I just did here. 2 double crochets, chain one, 2 double crochets, and then start in the same way. Continue, and I will meet you at the end of this fourth row. I'm here at the end of this fourth row. I have a total of 59 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Now here at the end, I finished by making 2 double crochets. Now for the fifth row, we're going to chain 2 and turn. In this fifth row, we're going to repeat the same thing we did on the third row, which is 1 double crochet on top of each one of the double crochets and into the chain 1 space. So here to begin, on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. On top of the second one, make a double crochet, and into the chain 1 space here, make a double crochet. This is how I'm going to continue until I come to the first corner. Okay, so here's the first corner, here's the first chain 1 space. So into this space, you're going to make a fan. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And then continue along for this other side and do the same thing. 1 double crochet on each one of the double crochets and into the chain 1 space until you come to the second corner, where you're going to do exactly the same thing that I did here. Continue and finish this fifth row. I'm here at the end of this fifth row. I have a total of 119 double crochets. Now for the sixth row, chain 2 and turn. Now in this row, we're going to do the same thing we did here for the fourth row. So beginning into the first 2 double crochets, make a double crochet on each. So 1 and 2. Chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1. I'm going to continue like this until I come to the first corner. Now here's the corner, skip the last double crochet, make sure you chain 1 here, and inside this chain 1 space, make your fan. And then you're going to continue with the same thing, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into this second one here, make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet, and into the next double crochet, chain 1. Continue like this to the end of this sixth row. I'm here at the end of this sixth row. I have a total of 75 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Now for the seventh row, chain 2 and turn. In this row, we're going to repeat this row of double crochets. So beginning on top of the first double crochet, make a double crochet. On top of the next, a double crochet. And into the chain 1 space, a double crochet. This is all I'm going to do until I come to the first corner, where I'm going to show you what you need to do. Okay, so here's the first corner. Inside this chain 1 space, you're going to make a fan. And then continue for the other side, just doing the same thing, double crochets. Okay, continue like this, and I will meet you at the end of this seventh row. I'm here at the end of this seventh row. I have a total of 151 double crochets. Now the yoke is done. And this is what it looks like. Now, this part here is measuring right across. If you measure it, it's measuring about 9.5 centimeters, which is about 3.75 inches. So now what we're going to do to complete this 7th row is join to the first double crochet of this row. Like this, not the chains, but the first double crochet. Just join with a slip stitch. Now what we're going to do in the next row is we're going to separate the sleeves. I'm going to start counting rows from here on because we're separating the sleeves. I like to do that. That way I can tell you exactly how many rows I'm going to do from here on. Now for row 1, chain 2, and into this same stitch where you did the slip stitch, make a double crochet, chain 1. Skip the next double crochet and into this third double crochet, see we have 1, 2, 3, into this third double crochet, make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and into the next, double crochet, chain 1, and so on. I'm going to do this until I come to the first corner where I'm going to separate the sleeves. Okay, so here's my last double crochet before my chain 1 space here. I have, let's see, the 2 chains here do not count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Now, chain 1 and into this chain 1 space of this first corner, make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then chain 4. Skip these double crochets and into the second corner inside the chain 1 space, make a V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And this is how we divide the sleeves, and that's what it looks like. If you want to add more chains here, you can. For the size that I'm making this for, I think 4 chains is enough. Now, to continue on with this other side, we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to make a double crochet into this first double crochet right here, right there, and make a chain, skip 1 and into the next, a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and into the next, double crochet, chain 1, and so on. You're going to continue like this until you come to the third corner right here where we are going to divide the second sleeve. I'll meet you right here. Okay, I finished making these double crochets. I have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 double crochets here for this part. Now, chain 1 and inside this chain 1 space, make a V-stitch. To separate the sleeve, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip these double crochets and into this fourth corner here inside the chain 1 space, make a V-stitch. And here's the second sleeve. Now, to finish this row, chain 1 and into this first double crochet for this side right there, make a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 double crochet and into the next, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and into the next, double crochet, chain 1. Continue and finish this first row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. This is where we divided the sleeves. Up to here, I have a total of 48 double crochets. Now here at the end, do not chain 1 at the end. Just go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this first row with a total of 48 double crochets separated by 1 chain. Now for the second row, chain 1 and into this same stitch where I did the slip stitch, make a single crochet. Now chain 1 and into this first chain 1 space here, make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet. Chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, makes 4 double crochets. chain 1, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, 4 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, 4 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochets. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, 4 double crochets into this last chain 1 space. And this part here is done. I have 2, 4, 6 shell stitches here, chain 1, and right in the middle here of these 4 chains, just insert your hook like this and make a single crochet, chain 1, and then I have the first chain 1 space here, make 4 double crochets. Chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then make 4 double crochets. From here on, you're just going to continue in the same way, alternating between 4 double crochets, chain 1, and then a single crochet. So chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then again 4 double crochets. Continue like this for this part, and I'll meet you right about here to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I finished making these shells. I have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 for this front side here. Now chain 1, and right under the sleeve where we have the 4 chains, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the first chain 1 space here for this other side, make 4 double crochets. Chain 1, into this next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the next 4 double crochets. Continue and finish this second row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. I have a total of 24 shell stitches. Now here at the end, chain 1, and to finish, go here on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here's the second row with a total of 24 shell stitches. Now for the third row, turn. We have the first shell stitch, we have 4 double crochets. Into the first double crochet, insert your hook like this, grab a loop, and make a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3. These 3 chains here counts as 1 double crochet. Into the second double crochet, work a front post double crochet, chain 1, and into the third and fourth double crochet, work a front post double crochet on each double crochet. That's what it looks like. Now we have the second shell stitch. We have 4 double crochets. Into the first and the second double crochet, work a front post double crochet on each, chain 1, into the third and fourth double crochet, work a front post double crochet on each. Again, we have the third shell. Into the first and second double crochet, work a front post double crochet on each, chain 1, and finish with 2 front post double crochets. And this is all we're going to do for this third row, and this is what it looks like from the front side. Continue and finish this third row. I'm here at the end of this third row. In this row we have done front post double crochets, and if I count each one of the double crochets including the 3 chains, I have a total of 96 double crochets. Now to finish this row, we're going to go here to the side and join with a slip stitch. Now for the fourth row, chain one and turn. Now for this fourth row, we're going to start with a single crochet, and I'm going to do my single crochet right here into this first space right there. Make a single crochet, chain one, and inside each one of the chain one spaces, you're going to make 6 double crochets. Now these shells here are going to have 6 double crochets. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6 double crochets, chain one, in between the two fans here, look right there, make a single crochet, chain one, into the next chain one space, again make 6 double crochets. That's 5, 6, chain one, in between these two fans, so you can see them right there, make a single crochet, chain one, and into the next chain one space make 6 double crochets. This is how you're going to continue for this fourth row. So continue, and I will meet you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this fourth row. This is where we did these shells with 6 double crochets separated by 1 single crochet. I have a total of 24. Now to finish this row, chain one here at the end and go on top of the first single crochet to join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the fourth row. Now from here on, we're going to repeat the fourth row and the fifth row. So for the fifth row, you're going to turn, and we have the first shell stitch. We have 6 double crochets into the first double crochet of this shell. Insert your hook like this and work a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3. These 3 chains here counts as your first double crochet. Now into the next 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and into these next 3 double crochets, work a front post double crochet on each one. Again, we have the next shell, we have 6 double crochets. Into the first 3 double crochets, work 1 front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and finish by making 1 front post double crochet into these 3 double crochets here. Again, we have the third shell, we have 6 double crochets. Into the first 3 double crochets, work 1 front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and 1 front post double crochet on each one of these 3 double crochets that are remaining. So for each shell stitch, you're going to make 6 front post double crochets, 3 on one side, chain 1, and then 3 on the other side. And this is what it looks like from the back, and here's the front. Continue and finish this fifth row. I'm here at the end of this fifth row. This is where we did front post double crochets. If we count each one of the double crochets, I have a total of 144 double crochets, including the 3 chains here at the beginning. Now to finish this row, you're going to go here to the side where we have the 3 chains and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this fifth row. Now from here on, we're going to repeat these last 2 rows that I showed you, the fourth row and the fifth row. So for the sixth row, I have to repeat the same thing I did for the fourth row. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now into this first space that we see right here, we have the 3 double crochets and then the chain 1 right here, right before that, we're going to make a single crochet. This is how you're going to start the row of your shell stitches. Now chain 1, and inside the chain 1 space you're going to make 6 double crochets. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 1, and in between right here where we have this space between these two fans right here, make a single crochet, chain 1, inside the chain 1 space here make 6 double crochets again. Chain 1, single crochet between the two, chain 1, and again 6 double crochets. Continue like this for this 6th row. I will meet you here at the end to show you once again how to finish this row and then how to start your next row, the row of front post double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end of this 6th row. I'm here at the end of this 6th row. This is where we did our shell stitches, which consist of 6 double crochets, and in between we have a single crochet. Now I have a total of 24 shell stitches. To finish here at the end, I have 1 chain, and we're going to go here where we have the single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish the 6th row. Now, as I mentioned, from here on we're going to repeat these 2 rows, this row of shell stitches and then the row of front post double crochet. So for the 7th row, I need to do the row of front post double crochets. So to do this, I'm going to turn like this. Now you can also chain 1 and turn. It's okay, but just be consistent. I'm not going to chain 1, I'm just going to turn. So here to begin, we're going to go here to the first shell and into the first double crochet here. Insert your hook like this and make a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3. These 3 chains count as 1 double crochet, and here into the next 2 double crochets I'm going to work a front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and into these last 3 double crochets make a front post double crochet on each one. And this is how you're going to start this row of front post double crochets. Now we have the second shell, we have 6 double crochets. Into these 3 double crochets here, make 1 front post double crochet on each one. Chain 1, and then into these last 3 double crochets, work 1 front post double crochet on each one. And that's all you're going to do for this 7th row. And that's what it looks like. Now, when you finish this row, you're going to join here to the side where we have these 3 chains with a slip stitch. Then you're going to chain 1, turn, and then make a single crochet into that first space that's going to be between these 2 stitches here, and then repeat the row of shell stitches. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do from here on. It all depends how long I want my little dress to be. So continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to have, and all you're doing is just repeating these last 2 rows. So I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I finished making the skirt of this little dress. I did a total of 20 pattern rows. So beginning here up to here, there's 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 rows, plus the row here where we divided the sleeves. So that's a total of 21 rows. Now, what I did here at the end was I finished with this row where we do front post double crochets. Before we continue, it's measuring from the top of the shoulder to the end of this last row. This part here is measuring about 29.5 centimeters, which is about 11.5 inches. If you want to make this longer, you can. I'm just going to leave it like this. Now, I'm going to do a little border here around. It's optional if you want to leave it like this. It also looks very nice, or you can even do the fan row, and it should also look nice as the last row. So here, this is the back side, this is the front, so we're going to go right here. With this white yarn here, I'm going to go into this space here between these 2 double crochets. So this is where we finished. We're going to skip this space, and into this space between these 2 double crochets right there, I'm going to grab a loop like this, and I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Between these 2 double crochets here, make a slip stitch, chain 3. In the chain 1 space, make a slip stitch, chain 3. Between the next 2 double crochets, make a slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch between the next 2 double crochets. And now to jump to the next fan here, just skip this space and these next 2 double crochets, make a slip stitch, then chain 3, and then do the same thing. Chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch between the next 2 double crochets, chain 3, slip stitch, and then jump to the first chain 2 space of the next fan and make a slip stitch, and then continue with the same thing. And this is what it looks like. That's all we're going to do for this last row, so continue and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I finished making this last row here at the end. I just joined here to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and passed my yarn through this last loop, and this part here is done. Look how beautiful this looks, and it's so simple to do. Now this is the back side, and here's the front. Look how beautiful that looks. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to do the sleeves. Here I went ahead and already did one. All I did here was join here to the side on this side from the back, and then I worked around to the front and finished here at the end. So for this side, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to start here in the front, go around the back, and finish here. So that's the only difference. You're going to do it exactly in the same way. And to do this here, we're going to go right here into this corner. This is where we divided the sleeves, so right into this same corner right there. Insert your hook. I'm using the same hook, 3mm, with this off-white color yarn. And all you're going to do here is chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and right in between here, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. Again, chain 4. Make sure that these chains are nice and tight. That way this part here is going to look very beautiful. Now again, skip 1, 2, and in the middle here, make a slip stitch. You can also chain 3 if you prefer. It's going to be a smaller stitch. I think 4 chains is fine. Skip 2, and in the middle here, between the 2 double crochets, make a slip stitch, chain 4. Between these 2, make a slip stitch, chain 4, skip 2, and between the 2, make a slip stitch. That's all we're going to do, and that's what it looks like. Now continue all around. I'll meet you right about here to show you how we're going to finish here this row, and then we're going to start on the neckline. Okay, I'm here at this other end of the sleeve. Now here at the end, I'm going to skip 3 instead of 2, and I'm just going to insert my hook here into this corner space and make a slip stitch. So I wanted to show you here that we're not going to be able to skip 2 because we have 3 here at the end. Now we're going to do the same thing here to finish. So chain 4, and right here into this space, make a slip stitch. And here on this other side, make a slip stitch here on the other side of the single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go into this same corner where we started and join with a slip stitch. Now cut your yarn and pass your yarn through this last loop, and this part here is done, and that's what it looks like. Now you're going to do the exact same thing I just did here. You're going to do it here on this other side. You're just going to start here from the back towards the front and then finish here on this corner. Continue, finish this side, and then I'm going to come back and show you how we're going to finish the neckline. Okay, so now that we did the sleeves, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this like this. This is the back side, so we're going to go here to the left side, and we're going to make slip stitches all around the neckline. So I'm going to do this using this white yarn, but after I'm done, I'm going to see how it looks. If I don't like it, then I'm going to use this pink yarn, which is the same color here. So I'm going to start with this white. We'll see how it looks. You'll see the finished dress at the end. Now here, insert your hook on top of this into this first stitch here. This is where we started. Here's my yarn. So just grab a loop, bring it through the front, and chain one. Now if you want to leave the neckline like this, it's fine. I'm just going to do slip stitches all around. So here, chain one and into the next stitch here, which is, these are stitches that were left from when we did the chain. So make a slip stitch into the next, a slip stitch, and so on. This is all I'm going to do, just slip stitches into each one of these stitches all around. And what the slip stitches do is it creates this nice little chain all around, and that'll give it a nicer finish. Okay, so continue all around, and I will meet you right about here at this other end to show you how we're going to finish this part here in the back. Okay, I'm here at this other side of the collar. I finished making my slip stitches all around, and this is what it looks like. Now we're going to continue along this side here. So here, chain one, and into this same stitch here make a single crochet. Now we're going to make a buttonhole. I'm only going to make one right here. So to do this, I'm going to chain two, and I'm going to insert my hook right into this first row right there and make a single crochet. So these chains here, the two chains, is the buttonhole. And then I did a single crochet into this first row. Then I'm going to continue along here. We have this row here where we have two double crochets, so make two single crochets there. And then we have the row where we started with two chains. Just make one single crochet there. Into the double crochet, make two. Into the row of chains, make one, then two, and then one right here. So let me count these single crochets for you. So we have the first single crochet, then we did two chains, and then we have the single crochets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 single crochets. Now right here, right in the very center where we joined, I'm going to also make a single crochet, and then I'm going to work my way up and make the same number of single crochets that I had here, which was 10 single crochets. So here, make 2. Into the next one, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And then go here on to this last stitch here and join with a slip stitch. Let's see how it looks. I think that looks pretty good. I think it is. Here's the buttonhole right here, and I'm just going to sew a little button here on this side, and that's how it should look afterwards. I think that's pretty good. Now if you notice that the neckline is a tiny bit small, then don't do the slip stitches. The slip stitches tend to shrink this part here a bit, but I think for the size that we're making this for, it should be okay. Okay, so I'm going to cut my yarn, hide my ends. I'm going to attach a little button here, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished dress. Okay, I finished making this last row here at the end. That's just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn and pass my yarn through this last loop. And the little dress is all done. This is the neckline. Now here I went ahead and sewed in my little button. These are the buttons that I used. Let's see, these are 10mm buttons and I purchased these from Hobby Lobby. Now this is the back and here is the front. Look how adorable this little dress is. This is for my baby niece. She's about 2 weeks old and this fits perfect on her. Here in the center I went ahead and added this little bow. I just went to YouTube and I looked how to make a bow, and I just did it based on that tutorial that I found, so you can also do the same. All I did here also was just add a little flower here. These are the flowers that I used. These are pre-made and I purchased these from Joann's, so you can do the same thing. Now here in the center I went ahead and weaved in this ribbon. It's this ribbon here. It's 3/16 of an inch. Now the little dress, it's all done. Look how adorable this is. I absolutely love this stitch and it's so easy to make. Now if you want to make it for a newborn or a slightly smaller baby, you can just use a 2.5mm hook. Now also if you want to make it slightly bigger, just look down here in the information box. I'm going to write which hook size you can use to make it slightly bigger as well. Okay, so now let me give you the finished measurements. From the top of the shoulder to the end here of the last row, it's measuring about 29.5 centimeters, which is about 11.5 inches. And here around the waist, it's measuring about 43 centimeters, which is about 17 inches. So based on these measurements, this little dress here is for a baby girl between 0 and 3 months old. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make the matching headband, so continue watching, and then I'll meet you back to show you the little dress again and show you the finished headband. Okay, so now that we finished making the little dress, I'm going to show you how to make this little headband. I'm going to use the same hook. This is a 3mm hook and I'm using the same yarn. This is cotton yarn number 3. So here to begin, I have 58 chains. To begin on the 4th chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here, I'm going to make a double crochet into the next chain, double crochet into the next, and so on. For this first row, this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to make double crochets on each one of the chains. Continue, finish this first row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this first row. I have 56 double crochets. Now for the second row, chain 1 and turn. In this row, all we're going to do are single crochets on top of the double crochet. So beginning on top of the first one, make your first single crochet on top of the next, single crochet on top of the next, and so on. So continue and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end. I have 56 single crochets. We're going to continue all around this other side. So to do this, we're going to chain 1 and into this chain 3 space, we have the 3 chains, and into this space right here, make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Now chain 1, we're going to go here on this side now, and into each one of these chain spaces right here, we're going to make single crochets along this other side now, like this. So into each one of these remaining chains, we're going to make 1 single crochet. And we're going to finish with 56 single crochets here. Continue along, finish this side, and I will meet you here at this other end. I'm here at this other end. I finished making single crochets along this other side. I have 56 single crochets as well. Now we're going to chain 1 and we're going to go right here where we have this double crochet and make 2 single crochets here. 1 and 2. Chain 1 again, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. Cut your yarn and pass your yarn through this last loop. And this row here is done. That's what it looks like so far. Now with this pink yarn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this first single crochet, which is the same one where I joined with a slip stitch, grab a loop here and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 1 single crochet and into the next, make a slip stitch, chain 3, skip 1 single crochet and into the next, make a slip stitch, chain 3, skip one, and into the next a slip stitch. This is how I'm going to continue all the way to this other end. I will meet you here to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end. Here we're just going to continue in the same ways. Chain 3, skip one, and into the next make a slip stitch. Chain 3, skip one, and into the next a slip stitch. Chain 3 again, and skip one, and into the next a slip stitch. This is all we're going to do until we finish this row. I'll meet you here at the end. Right here, you're just going to join with a slip stitch to the beginning, cut your yarn, and pass your yarn through this last loop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you the finished headband. Okay, I finished making this last row. All I did here was just join to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through this last loop, and my headband is all done. Now I went ahead and hid all of my ends, and here it is. This is what it looks like. Here's my headband. Now the little bow, I did it in the exact same way I did this one. Just go to YouTube here and look how to make a bow, and you'll find plenty of tutorials there, which is what I did. And then I just added this little flower here to match the little dress, and here it is. That's all I did to the little headband. The ribbon that I used here is the same one that I used for the waist, which is this one here. It's 3/16 of an inch. Okay, so here's the little dress with the matching headband. So now let me show you how to make the matching diaper cover. To begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and I'm using the same yarn. I'm using cotton number 3 weight yarn, but you can also use any DK weight or A ply. For the 0 to 3 month size diaper cover or baby shorts, I used a total of 71 grams, which is about 156 yards or about 149 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. I'll be making the waistband with this cream white color, and then I'm going to switch to a pink yarn. Now here to begin, I have 80 chains. This chain here is measuring about 40.5 centimeters, which is about 16 inches. Now if your chain is longer or shorter by maybe 1 or 2 centimeters less or more, it's okay, just continue with the next step. So here to begin, like I said, I have 80 chains. We're going to join to the first chain, so we're going to do this so that our chains are not twisted. Now insert your hook into the first chain, join with a slip stitch. Now chain 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into this last chain and into the first chain, which is the same where we did the slip stitch. You're going to grab a loop and make a half double crochet. Now half double crochet into the next chain, half double crochet into the next, and so on. For this first row, this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to make 1 half double crochet on each one of the chains. Continue to the end of this first row. I'm here at the end of this first row. I have 80 half double crochets. To finish, we're going to go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row, chain 1. In this row, we're going to make front post and back post half double crochet. So beginning into the first stitch where we join with a slip stitch, make a front post half double crochet, into the next back post half double crochet, front post half double crochets, and so on. Continue, alternate between a front post and a back post half double crochet to the end of this second row. I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where we did front post and back post half double crochets. I have 80 half double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the next 2 or 3 rows, I'm not sure how many I'm going to do. You're just going to chain 1, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to start with a front post half double crochet, the next one back post half double crochet, next one front post half double crochet, and so on. I'm not sure how many rows I'm going to do, but continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many rows we're going to do, so I'll meet you at the end of that row. Okay, I finished making the waistband. I only did 3 rows. I tried making 4 rows, but it's too wide, and I don't want this to be too wide, so I only did 3 rows. Now, here at the end, I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and passed my yarn through this last loop. Now, with this pink yarn, I'm going to insert my hook back again into the same stitch, the first half double crochet where we did the slip stitch, and I'm going to grab a loop here with this pink yarn, and I'm going to chain 1. Now, if you're not changing color, then all you need to do is just join, then chain 1, and into this same stitch make a single crochet. Now, into this same stitch, I'm going to make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 half double crochet, and into the next, make a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 half double crochet, and into the next, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 half double crochet, and into the next, single crochet, chain 1. Continue like this all around, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I forgot to mention that we're going to start counting rows since I changed color, and we're going to start using our pattern here. So this is the first row. I have a total of 40 single crochet separated by 1 chain. Now here at the end, make sure to chain 1. This is going to be our last chain 1 space. So to finish this row, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this first row with a total of 40 single crochets separated by 1 chain. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go back into this last chain 1 space that I did right here. So just go back like this and insert your hook there and make a single crochet. Now chain 1, and into this first chain 1 space here, make 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this row, we're going to make these shell stitches, which consist of 4 double crochets. Now, chain 1, into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the next chain 1 space, make another shell. So make 4 double crochets. Chain 1. Now into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the next chain 1 space, another shell. This is all I'm going to do for this second row. We're just going to make these shells, then chain 1, into the next chain 1 space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the next 4 double crochets. Continue like this to the end of this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row. In this row, we did these shell stitches. I have a total of 20. Now to finish, chain 1 here at the end and join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. And here's the second row with 20 shell stitches. Now for the third row, we're going to turn. Do not chain or anything, just turn. Now here we have our first shell. We have 4 double crochets. Into the first double crochet of this first shell, insert your hook like this into the first double crochet, grab a loop, and make a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3. These 3 chains counts as 1 double crochet from here on. Now into the next double crochet, make a front post double crochet, chain 1, and into the next 2, same thing, 1 front post double crochet on each one. Now I have the second shell. We have 4 double crochets. Into the first 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet on each one, chain 1, and then finish with a front post double crochet on each one of these 2 double crochets. Again, I have the third shell. Into the first 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet on each, chain 1, and into the last 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet on each. And this is all we're going to do for the rest of this third row, and that's what it looks like from the front. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this third row. I'm here at the end of this third row. Now to finish here at the end, do not chain one, just go here to the side where we have the 3 chains and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this third row. If I count each one of these front post double crochets, I have a total of 80 front post double crochets. From here on, we're going to repeat this third row and the fourth row, which I am about to show you. So for the fourth row, chain one and turn. Now into this first space right here between the shells, see down here we have the shells, and here, so right in the middle here, make a single crochet. Now chain one, and into this first chain one space here, make a shell. So 4 double crochets. Chain one. Now in the middle of these 2 shells right here, make a single crochet, chain one, and inside the chain one space again make another shell. Chain one. In the middle of these 2 shells right here, make a single crochet, chain one, and into this next chain one space make another shell. This is all we're going to do for this fourth row, so continue and I will meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of this fourth row. In this row we did these shell stitches. Now to finish, chain one here at the end and go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this row. Now from here on, these are the 2 rows that we're going to repeat. We're going to repeat the third and the fourth row. So for the fifth row, I need to repeat the third row, which is where we do the front post double crochets. So to start this row, all you're going to do is you're going to turn like this, and then you're going to go into the first double crochet of the first shell, so right here, and insert your hook like this through the first double crochet and then work a front post slip stitch. Now chain 3 and into the second double crochet make a front post double crochet, chain 1, and into these last 2 double crochets, same thing, front post double crochets. Now we have the second shell, we have 4 double crochets. Into the first 2 double crochets, make a front post double crochet on each one, chain 1, and then finish with these last 2 double crochets by making a front post double crochet on each. And that's all you're going to do for the rest of this row. Continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this fifth row to show you once again how to start your row of shell stitches. I'm here at the end of this fifth row. In this row, we did the row of front post double crochets. Now to finish, just go here to the side and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finish this fifth row. Now, like I said, from here on, we're just going to repeat this row of front post double crochets and the row where we do the shell stitches. So for row 6, we're going to repeat the same thing we did for the fourth row, which is you're just going to chain 1 and turn into this first space right after the 3 chains. See right here, these are the 3 chains of the previous row. So right in the middle there, insert your hook there and make a single crochet, chain 1, and into this first chain 1 space here, make your first shell. So 4 double crochets. Chain 1. In the middle of these 2 shells, make a single crochet, chain 1, into the next chain 1 space here, make another shell. Chain 1, and in the middle of these 2 shells, make a single crochet, chain 1, and into the next chain 1 space another shell. And this is all we're going to do for the rest of this row. Now, like I said, from here on we're going to repeat these 2 rows. I'm not exactly sure how many rows I'm going to do for the rest of this diaper cover, but continue watching. I will let you know exactly how many rows I'm going to do, and all you're doing is just repeating these 2 rows. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Okay, I finished making this part. I have a total of 16 rows, including this row we did with single crochets and chain one spaces. So in total, I have 16 rows, and this part here is measuring from the waist to the end of this last row. It's measuring about 16 centimeters, which is about 6.25 inches. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to divide the legs. So to do this, remember, we have a total of 20 shells all around. So here I have placed a stitch marker into this last shell that I did for this last row. So right here, make sure you put a stitch marker there, and then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into the 10th shell here, put another stitch marker, and then we're going to skip 9 again for the other leg, and then I have my stitch marker here. So each one of the legs I'm going to have 9, and then I have my stitch markers here. So here, to begin, first we're going to separate the legs. So to do this, here I finished by making a slip stitch. I'm going to turn here, and I have this first shell. So I'm going to go into the first double crochet and work a slip stitch. Now chain 3, and into these next 3 double crochets, make a front post double crochet. Now to separate the legs, chain 1, skip 9 shells, and into the 10th shell right here, into the first double crochet, work a front post double crochet, and into each one. So we're going to have 4 front post double crochets here. Perfect. Now chain 1, skip 9 shells, and we're going to go here to the first double crochet, which is the 3 chains. So just insert your hook like this and make a slip stitch. Don't forget to chain 1 right here. And this is how we divide the legs. Now this is the back side. I have 9 fans for each one of the legs. So in order for me to continue with the pattern, I have to start here into this fan, which is on the front side. This is the back, so this is the front. So into this fan here, that's where I need to continue with the pattern. So to do this, I'm going to turn this like this, and into this chain space right here, insert your hook and make a slip stitch again. Right there into that chain 1 space. Now, like I said, we're going to work this row from the inside out. So chain 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and into this space here, make a double crochet, chain 1, and then again 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Now I have to make my first front post double crochet into this shell here. If you hear me say fans, it's the same thing. It's fans or shells. I get confused sometimes. So shells, we have the first shell for the front side here after we divide it. So what I'm going to do here is, if I make my front post double crochet here into this shell, there's a big gap, and I don't like that. So in order to fix this, this is what I'm going to do. It's optional. If you really don't care, then just go ahead and make your first front post there. But what I'm going to do is, into this chain space right here, I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook like this, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, don't close, and then now go into this next shell and work a front post double crochet into that double crochet, take 2 loops off, close. See, that's what it looks like. So that way we don't have a gap there. And now you're just going to continue and work a front post double crochet into the next, chain 1, and then a front post double crochet on each of the next 2 double crochets. Now we have the next shell, so work 2 front post double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets, and then continue with the same stitch all around until you come to this last shell here, and that's what it looks like here. So now continue all around, and I will meet you here at the end to show you how to finish this first row. I forgot to mention we're going to start counting rows because we're dividing the legs. That way I can tell you how many rows I'm going to do here for each one of the legs. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this first row. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have my last front post double crochet, and I have the first fan, and I have the first shell that I did right here in the middle where we did the chain when we separated the legs. So here to finish, I'm going to do the same thing I did here. I'm going to do a double crochet decrease so that we can close that gap. So yarn over, insert your hook here. This is a slip stitch that's right there. Insert your hook there. Take 2 loops off, 2 loops on the hook. Then go here into this first shell. We have the 3 chains right there. Insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this first row with a total of 10 fans all around, or 10 shells. And if you count each one of the front post double crochets, there should be 40 front post double crochets, including the chains here at the beginning. And I'm not counting the decrease here on both sides. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Here I'm going to make one more row with the pattern, so I need to make the row of fans. So right here in the middle, I'm going to make a single crochet right there, and then I have the 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1 here, and inside this chain 1 space make your shell of 4 double crochets. For this second row, this is all we're going to do. Same thing we did for this part here. Chain 1 and then single crochet between the 2, chain 1, and then another shell inside the chain 1 space. Continue like this all around. At the end of this second row, you should have 10 shells. I'll meet you at the end of this row. I'm here at the end of the second row. Here at the end, chain 1. To finish, go here where we have the single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished the second row with a total of 10 shells. Now for the third row, we're going to turn, and here we have the first shell, so work a front post, slip stitch into the first double crochet, then chain 3, and work 1 front post double crochet on each one of the remaining 3. Here I'm not going to make a chain space like we have been doing. I'm going to do this and continue in the same way. We have the next shell, just work 4 front post double crochets. If you want to make the chain space, you can. That will add a bit more to the legs so that it's a bit wider. That would be up to you. I'm not going to, so all I'm doing is work front post double crochets on each one of the double crochets of the shells. Continue like this for this third row, and I'll meet you at the end. And I will meet you at the end. Okay, I finished making this third row. This is where we did front post double crochets. Here at the end, I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and passed my yarn through this last loop, and this row here is done. If we count each one of the double crochets, you should have a total of 40 front post double crochets, including the chains here at the beginning. Now, for the next 2 rows, we're going to use this white yarn, or at least I am. So I'm going to start this row right here. This is where we finished from the inside. So I'm on the right side. This is the back side. So insert your hook between these 2 fans. See right there? Grab a loop here. Bring it through the front. Chain 1. Now we have the first double crochet, so make a front post half double crochet, and then a back post half double crochet, front post half double crochet, back post half double crochet. Make sure these front post and back post half double crochets are nice and loose. You can even use a slightly bigger hook. It's optional. I'm going to continue with the 3mm. And all I'm doing is front post and back post half double crochets all around for this row. Now, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to do 2 rows. So when I finish this row, I'm going to join here to the side with a slip stitch right here, then chain 1, and then repeat the same thing. You're going to start with a front post, half double crochet, then back, front, back, and so on. And that's how you're going to continue for that second row. Continue. Let's finish these 2 rows. Okay, I finished making these last 2 rows of front post and back post half double crochets. Here at the end, I just joined to the beginning with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and passed my yarn through this last loop. And this side here is all done, and that's what it looks like. Here's the back and here's the front. Now we're going to do the exact same thing we did here for these last 4 rows. We're going to do it here on this other side. So to do this, this is the back side. We're going to go right here, right in the middle, where we have this chain. This is the chain that we did when we separated the legs. So insert your hook right here. I'm going to grab a loop here, bring it through the front, and chain 3. Now here what you need to do is make sure you leave a nice long tail, not too long, about, I don't know, 6 inches or so. This here, once we're done, there's going to be a gap. So all you're going to do is just make 1 or 2 stitches here so that this part here closes and it's not too open. So make sure you leave about 6 inches here to do that at the end. So now here, into this chain space of this side here, I'm going to make a double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Now I need to make a front post double crochet into this double crochet of this shell, but remember that there's a gap here if I just go straight to making it. So to avoid that, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to go into this chain space before this fan. See right there? So into that chain space right there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, leave 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go straight into the first double crochet of the first shell on this side and work a front post double crochet, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook, close, and that takes care of that gap there. Now work a front post double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and finish with 2 front post double crochets. Now we have the next shell, 2 front post half double crochets, chain 1, 2 front post double crochets, and that's all I'm going to do for this first row to this other side. So continue, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. I'm here at the end of this first row to the second leg. Now here I did my last front post double crochet, and before I finish I need to make a double crochet decrease so that there is no gap here in between this first shell and the last one. So to do this, we have 2 chain 1 spaces. There's 1 and then there's 2. On the second one, we're going to yarn over, insert your hook there, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, 2 loops on the hook. Now to finish, go here to the side of the chain 3 and join with a slip stitch. And here's the first row with a total of 40 double crochets, including the 3 chains here at the beginning. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now here we're going to start by making a single crochet into the first chain 1 space right here. Insert your hook there and make a single crochet. Now chain 1, and inside the chain 1 space here, make a shell, so make 4 double crochets. Chain 1, in the middle of these 2, make a single crochet, chain 1, and then make another shell inside the chain 1 space. And then you're just going to continue for the rest of this second row. At the end of this second row, you're going to have 10 shells, and then you're going to repeat the row of front post double crochets. But remember, I didn't add a chain space in this row, and then I finished with 2 rows of front post and back post half double crochets. So continue and finish this other side, and then I'll come back and show you the finished diaper cover. Okay, I finished making the second leg. I did it exactly in the same way as I showed you here, and the little diaper cover is all done. This is the back side, and here's the front side. Now here I just weaved in this ribbon through the center here of the waistband, and here on each side I added these little bows. You can just go on YouTube and find a tutorial on how to make bows, which is exactly what I did. Now let me give you the finished measurements. From the top of the waist to the end here, it's measuring about 20 centimeters, which is about 8 inches, and the waist, just the top, it's measuring about 21.5 centimeters, which is about 8.5 inches. So based on these measurements, this little diaper cover or baby shorts is for babies between 0 and 3 months, but you can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to 9 to 12 months. Okay, so this completes the diaper cover tutorial. I already showed you how to make the little dress, so now let me show you how to make the matching baby shoes. To begin, I'll be using this 3mm crochet hook, and I'm using the same yarn. This is a number 3 cotton weight yarn, but you can also use any DK weight or a ply. For the baby booties in the 3 to 6 month size, I used 33 grams for the pair, which is about 76 yards or about 70 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. To begin, I'm going to chain 13. So we're going to make a loop here, and we're going to chain 13. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now on the fourth chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to make a double crochet. These 3 chains here at the beginning do not count as a double crochet. Now I'm going to work 1 double crochet on each one of these chains until I come to the last chain. So I have 1 double crochet. Make sure that you go through the first loop of the chain, so the top one right here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. The 3 chains don't count. Now into this last chain right here, I'm going to make 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets. Now along this side of the chain, I'm going to make 9 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets. Now we have the 3 chains here. We're going to pinch this first chain right there, and we're going to make 7 double crochets into this chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double crochets. Now to finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And this is how I finished this first row. I have a total of 32 double crochets. We started with 9 double crochets, then we did 7 here, then 9 again, and finished with 7 double crochets. So that's a total of 32 double crochets for this first row. Now for the second row, we're going to chain 1. Now into this same stitch here, I'm going to make 1/2 double crochet. And I'm going to make a total of 8 half double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half double crochets. Now into this next double crochet, make 1 double crochet. Into the next 7 double crochets, make 2 double crochets on each. That's 1 and 2. Into the next 3 and 4. Into the next 5 and 6. Into the next 7 and 8. 9 and 10. 11 and 12. And into this last one, 13 and 14. Okay, so here we have 14 double crochets. Into this next double crochet, make 1 double crochet. Now here I'm going to make 8 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half double crochets. Now here I have 7 double crochets. I'm going to make 2 half double crochets on each one. That's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14. Now to finish, go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here's the second row. For this second row, you should have 46 stitches, including the half double crochets and the double crochets. So here we did 8 half double crochets, then we did 1 double crochet, and then we did 2 double crochets on each one of the 7 double crochets here, then again 1 double crochet, and on this side we did 8 half double crochets, and we finished with 14 half double crochets. So that's a total of 46 stitches. Now here at this point I'm going to cut my yarn because I'm not going to continue. I'm going to continue right here so that this baby booty, at the end of every row we start here on the back. You're going to do 2 of these exactly in the same way. So I'm going to cut my yarn here. I'm not going to continue. You're going to do 2 in the exact same way. So make sure that you do that. I'm going to hide this end here on the back. So now to continue, I'm going to use my pink yarn, same brand, but in pink. Now we're going to go here to the back. This is where we did the half double crochets, and we're going to fold this in half. So just insert your hook right there into that stitch, and we're going to make a loop here. If you want to be exact, let's see. This is where we finished. These are the chain. We have 2, 4, 6 right there. That's where I inserted my hook. So now grab a loop, bring it through the front. This is going to be the bottom of the baby booty. Now here we're going to chain 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to work back post half double crochets all around. So beginning here, you're going to yarn over and insert your hook into this same stitch where we joined the new color, and you're going to go like this. See? Right there, you see this stitch, you see the post of the half double crochet, so you're going to grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, you're going to go through these 2 loops. I'm going through the chain. I'm not going through the actual stitch. If I go through the stitch like this, it's going to be different. So I'm just going through the top. You see the chain that the half double crochets create, or the double crochets. So you're just going to go like this through the top and make your half double crochets. What I want here is this little line that looks like a little chain. If you're having a hard time making these, then just make your normal half double crochets on top. It's going to look a little different, but it should still look nice. So that the end result is this. See how you see that little line here? That's what we want. So I'm just going to continue here, and I'm going to show you right here where we joined that all you have to do is just continue. Take your time. Half double crochets are not easy to make. So you're just going to continue all around like this. Okay, so continue, and I will meet you at the end of this first row. I forgot to mention we're starting to count rows here, so this would be the first row. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this first row. This is where we did back post half double crochets. I have 46. Now to finish, go on top of the first half double crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the second row, chain 1, and into this same stitch, which is the first half double crochet, make a single crochet. For this second row, all we're going to do are single crochets, and we're going to finish with 46 single crochets. So continue and finish this second row. I'm here at the end of this second row. This is where we did single crochets, and I have 46 single crochets. To finish, go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. Now for the third row, we're going to chain 2, and into this same stitch where I did the slip stitch, which is the first single crochet, make a double crochet. In this third row, all we're going to do are double crochets, and we're going to finish with 46 double crochets. So continue, finish this third row, and I will meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this third row. This is where we did double crochets. I have 46 double crochets. To finish, go on top of the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here's the third row. Now for the fourth row, I've placed stitch markers here. For this side, I have 14 double crochets. For the front, I have 18 double crochets. And then for this other side, there's 14 double crochets. So 14, 18, 14. So here, for the fourth row, what we're going to do is we're going to chain one, and into this first double crochet, which is where we joined, make a single crochet. Here I'm going to make a total of 14 single crochets. So I have one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 single crochets. I'm going to remove this stitch marker here. Now into these next 18 double crochets, this is what we're going to do. We're going to insert our hook into the next double crochet, grab a loop, into the next, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. We're going to decrease here in the front. Again, into the next 2, same thing, close. Here we're going to have a total of 9 decreases. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 decreases here. And that's what it looks like in the front. Now I'm going to finish this row by making these last 14 single crochets. So I'm going to remove that stitch marker, and I'm just going to continue and finish this row. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of this fourth row. I'm here at the end of this fourth row. This is where we did single crochets and then we reduced here in the front. I have 37 single crochets all around. Now to finish this row, we're going to go on top of the first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. And here is the fourth row. Now I've moved my stitch markers, and here what I have marked is, for this side I have 13 single crochets. I have 13 single crochets along this other side, and for the front I have 11 single crochets. So that's a total of 37 stitches. So make sure that you place your stitch markers like this. So 13, 13, and 11. So now before I continue with the fifth row, I need you to cut some yarn, because for the front of the baby booty, this part here is done separately for this pattern. So what I have here is from the back of the ball of the yarn, I just cut a piece of yarn. This here is measuring about 42 inches, which is about 107 centimeters. So make a loop, and we're going to leave this yarn here waiting for us to start the fifth row. But we need to do this part first. So don't do anything, just leave your yarn there, pull a loop like that and leave it there. And we're going to go to the front of the baby booty. So here, like I said, I have 13 stitches. So into the 14th stitch, which is this one here where I have the stitch marker, insert your hook and grab a loop, bring it through the front and chain one. Now we're going to go into each one of these stitches. Let me count them for you just so to make sure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's where I have the stitch marker. So on each one of these stitches, this is what you're going to do. You're going to yarn over and then insert your hook into the next stitch here, grab a loop, take 2 loops off, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, take 2 loops off, 3 loops on the hook. I'm going to do this until I have 11 loops on my hook. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 into this last one where I have the stitch marker. I have 11 loops on the hook. Grab a loop and close. Now chain 1 and close this part here. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then grab a loop one more time and make one more chain. And just pass your yarn through this last loop. And this part here is done. Now you're just going to hide this end through the inside. And here's the front of the baby booty. And that's how this part here is done. At least that's how I do mine. I tried making it where I make my single crochets up to here and do the same thing I did, but it doesn't look as good. It looks a little lopsided, so I don't like that. So that's why we do this first. And now we're going to start our 5th row. The 5th row is easy. All we're going to do are single crochets. So chain 1 and into this same stitch here, make a single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 single crochets. I'm going to remove this stitch marker. We don't need it anymore. And right here in the center, just push everything in there, and then after you're done you can hide all your ends. Make sure everything is in there. We're going to go right here along this side and make 2 single crochets. So just insert your hook maybe into the chain there and make a single crochet. Same thing here, single crochet, and in the very center where we closed, insert your hook there and make a single crochet. And then along this side here, right here, make 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, so that here in the front you are left with 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we did 13 here. And now we're going to finish this row by making these last 13 single crochets. I'm going to remove the stitch marker and I'm just going to continue and finish this 5th row. So continue, finish this 5th row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm here at the end of this 5th row. I have a total of 31 single crochets for this row. I just want to show you what it looks like here with this shoe mold, the front of the baby booty. Now what we're going to do next in the next row is we're going to make this part here, the strap, and then this part here. So to do this, I'm going to finish this last row and I'm going to cut my yarn. So just join to the beginning with a slip stitch. Cut your yarn and pass your yarn through this last loop. Now I have moved my stitch markers here and I have marked 10 stitches along this side and 10 stitches along this side. So that in total here for the back, we're going to have 20 stitches. So make sure that you do the same thing. So to do this with the same yarn, I'm going to grab a loop here and I'm going to go right here into this stitch marker. This is the 10th stitch. I'm going to remove this stitch marker now and I'm going to grab a loop here. Now this side here is going to be for the right foot, but we're going to start in the same way if you're doing it for the left foot. The only difference is how we finish because we need to add the strap for the left foot on the left side, whereas this one here is on the right side. So we're going to do the right side first. So you start in the same way. I have a chain here and I'm going to make a single crochet. I'm going to work a single crochet on each one of these stitches until I come to the next stitch marker. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's where we joined into that same stitch there. Make a single crochet. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, remove the stitch marker, and 20. I have 20 single crochets. Now, because this is going to be for the right foot, I need to make my strap here. For when we do the left foot, I need to make the strap at the end. So all I would do would be chain 1 and turn and then continue, and then here at the end I would make the strap. But since we're making this for the right foot, I'm going to chain 14 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think 14 is enough. If you feel it's too long, then make less. Here, the spaces in between the half double crochets, which is what we're going to do, can adjust and become buttonholes like I did here. So if it's too big, then you just pull and see how it's a bit more snug now. So you can do the same thing, leave it long and then just adjust it. So I have my chains here. I did 14 chains. So on the third chain from the hook, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to make a half double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to turn this like this, and we're going to continue along this side and work half double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into this last single crochet that we did and make your half double crochet there, and then continue along around the back making half double crochets, and you're going to have 20 half double crochets here for the back side. Okay, so here's my last half double crochet. I'm going to chain one here, cut my yarn, and pass my yarn through this last loop. And then all I need to do is just hide my ends. And this side here is all done. You're just going to attach a little button here to the side, and that's what it should look like once it's all done. Here, these little buttons that I have here, I purchased these from Hobby Lobby. These are 8mm buttons, and they work perfect. I think any bigger, you're going to have a hard time making them go through here, so make sure that it's an 8mm button. So I'm going to now make the other baby booty. I'm going to do it exactly in the same way as I just showed you here. And then I'm going to come back and show you how you're going to do this part for the left side. This here, like I said, is the right side. So it's all done. So I'm going to come back and show you that next. Okay, I made the second baby booty. This part here is what I just finished showing you for the right foot. So now I'm going to show you how to make the strap for the left foot. So this here would be the left foot. This is where you would chain 14 if you were making this, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it here at this other end. So what we're going to do for the left foot is you're just going to chain one and turn. So this row of single crochets is the same for both baby booties. This is where the change comes. So here I chained one and turn, and into this first single crochet I'm going to make a half double crochet, and I'm going to work my way around just making half double crochet. So I'll have 20 half double crochets here. Okay, so here's my last half double crochet. I have 20 for the second row. Now here I'm going to chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. On the third chain from the hook, I'm going to make a half double crochet. So right here. And I'm going to make one half double crochet on each chain. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 12 half double crochets here. Now we're going to turn this on the inside, and we're going to go into the first row where we did the first single crochet. Insert your hook there and make a slip stitch. Now cut your yarn and pass your yarn through that last loop, and here's the strap for the left baby booty. So all you're going to do is just sew one of these little buttons. These buttons, like I said, I got them from Hobby Lobby. These are 8mm buttons, and what you're going to do is use the spaces between the half double crochets as a buttonhole. They're big enough for a little button of 8mm to fit through. So that's all you're going to do. So here's the left baby booty for the left foot. And that's what it looks like. Now, if you also notice, I went ahead and did this little bow here for this little booty. So I'm going to come back and show you how to make this little bow. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make this little bow. So to do this, leave a small tail, about that much, wrap the yarn around your fingers, hold it right here, insert your hook. I'm using this 3mm hook. Insert your hook through this circle and grab a loop. Now, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inside this circle, we're going to make 6 triple crochets. So yarn over twice, insert your hook here, and make your first triple crochet. Take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. Again, yarn over twice, insert your hook again in this circle, and take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. You're going to continue until you have a total of 6. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Including the 4 chains, I have 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to make 1 single crochet on top of each one of the triple crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into this last chain here, make your last single crochet. Now we're going to cut our yarn, and pass your yarn through this last loop. Now you're going to hide this end here, right here. So now to make the other side, just turn this like this. This here is going to be the front, and this is going to be the back. So I'm going to insert my hook right here. Now grab some yarn, make sure you leave a tail here as well. Make a loop. So insert your hook there and grab this loop, bring it through the front, and you're going to chain 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now again, inside this loop you're going to make 6 triple crochets. So yarn over twice and grab a loop, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off, take 2 loops off. Then again, repeat the same thing until you have 6 triple crochets. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now chain 1, turn, and we're going to make 1 single crochet on each one of the triple crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and into this last chain here, make your last single crochet. Now make a chain here, cut your yarn, and pass your yarn through this last loop, and this side here is done. Now what you need to do here is close your magic circle. So all you do is just pull here, and this here is going to close. Perfect. Now make sure that you hide all your ends on the inside, on this side and on this side here. So on the inside. This here for me is going to be the right side. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull both yarns like this, and we're going to wrap this around the middle. I don't know, 3 or 4 times. I think I did 4 times on this other little booty, so that's 3 and 1 more time. 4. I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to turn this like this. So this here is the back side, and I'm going to turn this like this so that you can see what I'm going to do. Grab one end here, and with a yarn needle, insert it through, and all we're going to do is just go under on this side. Let's go under. And then this side here, same thing. Go under on the opposite side. So the first one came out here, so this one, go on the opposite side and insert it through there. And now you're just going to tie a knot to secure the center here, like this. Tie it again, and your bow is done. This is the back side, and here's the front. So all you're going to do after you hide your ends here is just find a spot here right in the center. I did mine right about there. And then I just passed this yarn through the inside and then tied a little knot, and then with some needle and thread I just went on the inside and did a little stitch here, one in the center and one on this other corner, and then the same thing on the other side. I'm not going to show you that because it's going to take me too long, but you can do this. Just patiently attach it there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you the finished baby booties. Okay, I finished making my baby booties. This is what it looks like. I attached my little bow here to the front, and I went ahead and added my little button here to the side. This button here is 8mm, and I purchased them from Hobby Lobby. And the buttonholes is just the spaces between the half double crochets. So here's the finished baby shoe, or baby slippers, or baby booties, however you want to call them. They're simply adorable. And this completes this little set that I showed you for baby girls for 0 to 3 months, which includes the little dress, the diaper cover, and now the little booties. I also showed you how to crochet the little matching headband. I don't have it here with me, but you will see it here in this tutorial with the dress. Okay, so we're all done with today's tutorial. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.